It's tricky if you're Meghan Markle because you don't really have a place in the world anymore. What's really been highlighted is the fact that whatever you've touched has not necessarily turned to gold. This wasn't the deal, was it? You know, when you married into the world's most famous family, you thought that the world would be at your fingertips, and it was. But she chose to walk away from all of that, deciding that she could do bigger, better, and more successfully upon her own. And of course, what we've really seen now is a sort of plethora of disasters, picking up fake awards and, nobody really realizing what they're for. Meghan wrestling people to the ground virtually for the microphone for a chance to speak. You could feel the sort of embarrassment, could you not, for Kevin Costner. Nobody asked Meghan to speak, but Harry was almost begging for his wife to be given a chance to get on the platform, making it worthwhile for her to attend. What is interesting, I find now, is that, well, Meghan apparently has a working wardrobe. Let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. Hope you're well today. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, and thank you for your comments about the near extinction, soon should I might point out, of the London black cabs. Fascinating story, isn't it? And, if you do come over to London, you'll know what I mean. You don't see very many young ladies or men taking up that particular profession because it's simply too expensive. They're being outpriced. But it is an iconic image. I'm glad you agree. And I think it's up there with the phone boxes and the red buses and stuff like that. People expect to see it. It's like when you go to New York, you expect to see the yellow cabs, But again, apparently over in New York, according to a few comments, they're struggling also to get new people to get into that particular bracket. So maybe everything does come to an end. Keep those comments coming, Fascinating to learn. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. We saw Meghan's fashion sense, didn't we, recently at the Invictus Games over in Germany, with the way she marched up front in the front of those veterans with those shorts on and those flatties. And everybody was kind of stunned as to why was she marching up front? What's she actually done for the Invictus Games? Other than, of course, marrying, some might say, one of the originators of the said award show. Well, what's interesting here now is it's emerged that, in fact, it costs a lot to look like Meghan. You'll notice I abbreviated that Dolly Parton paraphrase, right? And apparently it cost last year, in 2023, just shy of £100,000 to dress exactly like Meghan Markle for events. Now, naturally, these are, well, allegedly, according to her team, her working wardrobe. Right. You got that, yeah? A working wardrobe. Now, who's asking her to work? Nobody actually wanted her to go to the Invictus Games, other than Prince Harry. And, she wasn't down on the rota to do anything like give a speech or anything. But all of those things, let me tell you, and as ever, we have to say allegedly, will be sent off, quite frankly, Now, there's no real sort of information as to whether these clothes were fully purchased or given for her to wear, in return for plugs. I would suggest they were given for free for plugs. And I'll tell you why. Because when they were in Germany, every single day, her team pointed out via WhatsApp messages exactly the makeup, the jewels, the clothes, everything that Meghan was wearing, in the hope that those particular magazines and digital platforms would point out, oh, it's this, it costs that, it's the other. And then, of course, that's their free PR in return for the former royal wearing said clothing. Now, of course, we could be wrong, and she may have purchased them. But as someone pointed out very close to her in her team, she can't be seen to wear the same thing twice. Her fans would be too upset to see that. They need to see Meghan as a fashion icon. Well, she may feel that, but Dior didn't, Cartier didn't, and so far, no big deal has come through the door, even after that wondrous coffee ad. So for £86,000, do you think she's worth it? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.